Hey guys, this is the Betamax Man here, and this is kind of another filler video. You guys seem to enjoy watching my LaserDisc videos, and so I thought that I would do a video on my Japanese LaserDisc movie titles. I don't have a lot of the Japanese discs, but I do have a few of them here, and I thought that you guys would like to see them, and because I don't think I've done a video on my Japanese ones. If I did, I hadn't had very many of them. I just recently acquired about 3, titles, Japanese titles. So the one thing about Japanese discs is sometimes they have English audio with Japanese subtitles. Sometimes all they have is like Japanese audio with maybe English subtitles, or sometimes Japanese only, where there's no English at all. And I do have one disc that does not have English audio, but we'll talk about them, and we'll show you some of them here. So let's get started, and we'll start taking a look at it. I've only got 4 or 5 Japanese discs, and I like the Japanese discs on some of them because some of the movies that were released in Japan and not in the US, such as the Star Wars 1, The Phantom Menace, and never did get a US release. It only got a Japanese release. Now, Japanese, the LaserDiscs pretty much died in the US. They pretty much died in 1999, 2000, but in Japan, I believe they stopped in like 2001. So some movie titles, some of the movies that came out in the year 2000 were put on LaserDisc in Japan. So let's get started, and we'll take a look at some of these really cool Japanese discs that I have. So, of course, a lot of you have already seen this particular one. This is the Star Wars 1, The Phantom Menace, which is one of my favorite Star Wars movies of all time. And we'll take a look here. We'll take a look at the back. And we can take a look at the gatefold here. There's the gatefold. And next off, we have the 1999 movie of The Mummy. And this was one of my favorite films. I don't think this one has a gatefold. No, it does not. I don't believe so. Let me check here. I don't think so. No, this one does not. No gatefold on this one. But I do believe this is a 2-disc set. But this is the Mummy. Like I said, this is the 1999 version. This is a movie that I grew up with. One of them anyway. I think I was probably getting close to going to high school when this movie came out, because that was back in '99. So was probably, I think, let's see, yeah, I was probably a freshman in high school when this film came out. Anyway, yeah, so this is a cool one. I enjoy this movie. And, let's take a look at another one. And this is, a Disney, release, Mulan, which I believe is a 1998 or 99 title. I remember when this first came out, and, I actually went and, I borrowed this on VHS. My father used to work at a KOA campground, and Barbara, which was one of his bosses, used to rent movies in the little store, because there was a little store with some groceries, you know, just a few things that, you know, like a convenience store type of thing. And she would buy VHS tapes, and she would rent them. And if you worked there, you were able to borrow the films, so you didn't even have to pay to rent them. You could just borrow them. So my dad would borrow them, and back then we used to, you know, sometimes I would, you know, really enjoy watching these movies. But Mulan, which was one that I really liked. Thought this was one of the coolest Disney cartoons of all time. And sadly, this is not in English. The audio on this is not English at all. So, unfortunately, it's just in Japanese, and the audio is in Japanese. I don't even think it has English subtitles. I don't even think it has that. I think it's just all Japanese. But I bought this because I thought that maybe, I actually thought that this would have English audio, because most of the Japanese discs do have English audio with Japanese subtitles. So I thought this was English with Japanese subtitles, but it was Japanese all the way. I don't even think there's any English subtitles at all, so yeah, you can see the video, but you can't understand what the hell they're saying. So, but this is one that is rare, and I'm pretty sure that they did have an American release of this film. This was letterboxed, but I believe they did have this in for the US. I'm pretty sure there was a US release of Mulan on LaserDisc. I just, you know, maybe, I'm hoping someday I'll find it. You know, if there is one, I'm hoping I'll find one. But it's kind of hard, a really, really hard movie to find. You just don't find these online at all, at least not through eBay anyway. And if you were to get one through eBay, they would be very pricey. I think I might have paid close to $70 for this LaserDisc. Yeah, it was expensive. It was a very expensive disc, I remember that. But so was the Mummy, and that one was expensive. The Phantom Menace, I was able to get that with the original trilogy, which I got that for fairly good price, so that was cheap. But these, the Mummy and Mulan, is one of my most expensive LaserDiscs that I have. Now, this one does not have a gatefold either, so I think the only one that had a gatefold was the Star Wars one. But there's all the text in Japanese. be interesting to, it's weird because they've got, well, there's English down here because they're telling you the names of the actors that done the voices. So this one's a rare one. Still, even though I can't watch it, I could watch it, I just don't know what the hell they're saying, but even though I can't watch it, it's still a good movie to have in my collection. It's still cool to say that, hey, I have this movie on LaserDisc. And people can't believe it, And I pull it out and show them, and they're like, holy cow, I never knew one of these existed. So, yep, they're out there, you just gotta look really hard. And finally, one of my favorite, another one of my favorite Disney films, Lion King 2, Simba's Pride. This is a Japanese title. Now, I thought that this was a widescreen release, but this is a pan and scan version of the film, and which is totally fine because I don't mind pan and scan. I actually kind of like pan and scan, especially if I'm watching on my tube TV. Pan and scan's the way to go if I'm watching it on there. If I'm watching it on my newer TV there, I'm just watching the first season of Heroes. I have that on HD DVD, and so that's what I'm watching. But maybe I'll show you my TV series on HD DVD and Blu-ray if you guys want to see that. But I'm more into collecting LaserDiscs right now. Betamax and LaserDiscs are the two formats that I mostly collect on, and so to have LaserDiscs are just so cool. So there's the back of it, and this one actually has the little paper. Tired. This has the little paper sleeve that slides over, and so I thought this was great because most of the time when you buy Japanese discs, these yellow spine pieces are usually missing. So this one actually did still have it. So there we go. That is my Japanese LaserDisc collection. And I do plan on buying the movie Ants. I'm wanting to buy that movie, and I'm trying to see if maybe a US copy will come available online, because right now all I see is the Japanese releasings of Ants, and they come at a really high price, and it is a movie that I want on LaserDisc, so I will eventually buy it, even if I have to get the the Japanese disc of it, I will. I'd like to have the US release of Ants on LaserDisc, but if all I can get is the Japanese one, then that is the one that I will get. So, anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this just kind of really quick video, and what I'll do is I'll share, I just got in another LaserDisc that is, it's not a Japan disc, it's a US release, of course, but it's kind of a rare one to find. Now, this particular Japanese title is a hard one to find. You do find them from time to time, but when you do find them, they're usually super expensive, so these things tend to go anywhere from $100 to $200 when they're up for sale. Some people have them for, you know, under 100, but you know, I think that this one I got it for a decent amount of money. Not too terrible. Yeah, it's about yeah, it's like after midnight, so I'm a little tired. I've been up since, like, you know, 7 o'clock, you know, so anyway, but just thought I'd share this collection with you, and the next video will show you the last LaserDisc that I got that is hard to find. And if you do find them, they do come at a pretty high price, as the one that I got was at a high price. So stay tuned for the next LaserDisc video, and I'll show you what that title is, and I'll talk about some of the other titles that I will be getting in. See you later. Bye bye.